Is UML compliance necessary? Are you diving into UML modeling and wondering if UML compliance is really necessary? Whether you're a beginner trying to make sense of diagrams or a pro advancing in case tools, this episode's for you. Stick around and we'll learn the pros, cons, and real-world applications of UML compliance and how it can supercharge your modeling projects. Hello and welcome to UML Operator. In this channel, we look at UML, the Unified Modeling Language. We look at case, computer-aided software engineering, and much more. So if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. Follow along with us. Provide feedback. What is your experience in modeling? And let's deliver together. The Unified Modeling Language, or UML, is a powerful tool for creating clear, standardized visual diagrams. But do you really need to follow UML compliance to be effective? In this video, we'll explore what UML compliance means, when and why compliance is important, and tips for beginners and advanced modelers to make the most out of UML. First, let's break it down. UML compliance means following the standard syntax, semantics, and structure defined by the UML specification. For example, using the right notation for class diagrams or properly modeling system interactions with sequence diagrams. If you're a beginner in UML, think of compliance as the grammar rules of visual modeling. For advanced UML modelers, compliance ensures your diagrams communicate effectively to diverse audiences, from developers to other stakeholders. But here's the real question. Do you always need to comply with UML standards? Let's find out. UML compliance is crucial for some scenarios. For example, large-scale collaborative projects. When multiple teams or stakeholders are involved, compliance ensures everyone speaks the same diagram language. Regulated industries. Industries like aerospace or finance often require standardized UML diagrams for documentation and audits. Case tools and automation. Many case tools depend on UML compliance for features like code generation or process validation. However, if you're working on a small project or brainstorming visually, strict UML compliance might not be necessary. Instead, focus on clarity and purpose. So next, let's talk about the pros and cons of UML compliance. Here's a few pros for UML compliance. First off, it ensures consistency and standardization in your models. Next, it makes collaboration across teams easier, especially when using case tools like Sparx Enterprise Architect or Visual Paradigm. It also helps with scalability for complex systems. On the flip side, the cons, it can be time-consuming, especially for beginners. Not all projects need formal compliance. Sometimes a simple flowchart does the trick. It may feel rigid in agile environments and delivery. Next, let's talk about tips for beginners and advanced users. Here's how you can approach UML compliance depending on your skill level. So for beginners, start with simple diagrams like use cases or activity diagrams to map to our basic workflows. Use beginner-friendly tools like Sparx, Lucidchart, Draw.io to practice UML syntax. For advanced modelers, dive into class diagrams and sequence diagrams for detailed system modeling. Leverage case tools like Sparx Enterprise Architect and Visual Paradigm to automate tasks for code generation and system validation. Should you be strict about compliance? My advice is to use UML compliance as guideline, not a rigid rule. If you're working on something informal, focus on clarity rather than perfection. But for enterprise projects or when working with case tools, compliance can be a game changer. Next, let's look at a feature in Sparx Enterprise Architect called strict connector syntax. So you select this checkbox to check that each new connector complies with UML, BPMN2, or even SysML as you do each one and enforce compliance. Here we turn off strict connector syntax and we're allowed to do exactly what we want to do, which is non-compliant BPMN. Whether you're just starting in UML or refining your advanced modeling skills, remember this: UML is a tool to bring your vision to life. Compliance is helpful, but it's your creativity and clarity that matter most. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others exploring UML and case tools. And check out the other videos in this channel for more tips on visual modeling, model-driven anything, and driving delivery through diagrams. So until that next episode, happy modeling!